Emo hairs. We all know them, we all love them, but they can get out of hand. And sometimes are frankly a little confusing, which is what we're talking about in this episode. More preferably, the ones I don't quite understand. Now, don't get me wrong, I am myself an emo hair user in Rec Room. I also happen to know that all emo hairs practically share the same personality trait. More specifically, the ones with the eyes with the eyelids on the bottom, I'm not entirely sure. There are different types and breeds of emo hairs, which I still don't quite understand. We got the emo hairs we got the promoter emo hairs. Now, it's fine to be a promoter. You're just trying to promote a game, get to 100 visits, 1,000 visits, but there are just certain breeds of promoters, which I just don't quite understand. Allow me to explain. For instance, I go to a rec center, and I walk up to this guy who happens to be an emo hair. I will ask him a question, or try and, spark up a conversation with him. Nothing wrong with that. Well, apparently there is something very wrong with that. And he has the audacity to use his pointer finger and use the emote wheel to open his watch, go to his dorm room. Or they'll just sit there on the top of the couch staring emotionlessly into the mirror. And half of the population of emo hairs are, of course, e-daters and mirror couples. Now, I get this episode just doesn't make any sense about me just ranting along, Devin the Dumb style, but honestly, I have every right to do so. I love the emo hair. I love the style. I love how you can customize it any way you want. I was hated. I have been hurt, and it was an experience, that's for sure. But you can also say that emo hairs are all human beings, so there's no reason to mistreat them. Just because you hate what they do, like promoting or making cash grab games, doesn't mean that you have to hate them. Unless their name is Deconic. But another really funny thing to point out is when I come across an emo hair and I try and spark up a conversation, as usual, they will look at me, stare at me, and proceed to do nothing at all. Or, if you're fortunate, which really doesn't make a difference, they will say something. By that, I mean combining the two powers of voice mod and voice meter and combine them together to make the loudest bass-boosted microphone. Let's go to Dodgeball. You know Dodgeball. We love Dodgeball. Practically the buggiest game, but also the most lively, is Dodgeball. Catch-outs, you name it. You name all the bugs in the world. They also happen to be a breeding center for emo hairs, except you're introduced to a new breed of them. They are horrifying. Tall, long arms. And they also introduce you to Override World Scale. If you don't know what it is, if you're on Steam VR, like me, when you go to your settings and video settings, you will see per video settings, you will see what's called Override World Scale, which will shrink down your in-game world and make you look like a monstrosity. Essentially saying, you're big. And you will also have very long arms and be very tall. And so in Dodgeball, we have those people. I don't know if I can call them people at this point, but they're just interesting. Because what they love to do is they like to just spam grab the ball, run back and forth, and you already know they have snap turn 45 on. Like, come on, dude. They'll randomly just turn behind them, just snap turn behind them and turn around again. They'll use C-step. They'll do this little thing where they spam the trigger, throw their hand in the air and flick the ball towards you. Or they'll hit you with a crocodile. It doesn't matter if you're a level 1 or anything, they'll hit you with a crocodile or, worse, a curveball. But aside from that, thank you for watching. I have been affected during this video. I am angry and I am losing my mind.